A really easy, accessible technique to employ anytime we feel like we are losing our minds is to quite literally come to our senses. So regardless of our life circumstances, a contributing factor to the stress we feel is the story that's circulating in our headspace. It might be some judgment about the present moment, some memory of the past, or projection into the future. We simply become aware of those thoughts, those stories in our headspace, and redirect our attention to our sensory experience. So I'm going to guide us through a very brief meditation doing just that. I would invite you now to come into some comfortable, accessible meditation posture, and then as you are ready, to close your eyes. We will begin our meditation together with 3 deep breaths. Let's inhale through the nose and sigh it out. And again, in through the nose and sigh it out. And lastly, in through the nose and sigh it out. Beginning with an awareness of our sense of touch and feel throughout the body, anchoring our awareness, our attention here, accepting that the mind will wander, noticing whenever we find ourselves lost in thought, and then returning ourselves to the felt experience of this present moment. Acknowledging the sensation of the body making contact with the floor beneath, noticing and feeling into those various points of contact, points of pressure, the feel of support that the floor provides. Noticing the subtle weight of our clothes upon our skin, the subtle sensation of warmth, noticing the temperature in the air upon our exposed skin. Feeling and sensing this present moment. We might also notice our sense of touch and feel within the mouth, allowing the tongue to graze across the roof of the mouth, the teeth and the gums. And in doing so, also becoming aware of our sense of taste. Should we find ourselves lost in thought, we just notice, return to the present moment through our sense of taste and our sense of touch and feel. We might notice our sense of smell, acknowledging any scent in the air upon our clothes or our skin. In doing so, we might also once again become aware of our sense of touch and feel as the air grazes across the skin of the nose on the inhale and the exhale. Finding ourselves lost in thought, we acknowledge those thoughts, those stories that have compelled our attention, and then make the conscious choice to return to our sense of smell, our sense of touch, our sense of taste. As we breathe, we might also acknowledge the sound of our breath, anchoring to this present moment through our sense of hearing. listening to the ocean-like sound of the inhalation and the exhalation. We might also acknowledge sounds that are a bit more obvious, perhaps even the sound of my voice. As those thoughts in our headspace call for our attention, we notice and then relax back once again into listening to this present moment, acknowledging sounds that are obvious, sounds that are subtle, sounds that are nearby, and sounds that are far off in the distance. Listening to this present moment. With eyes remaining closed, noticing our sense of sight as light passes through the closed eyelids. It might manifest for us as movement, stillness, colors, or darkness. It might be shapes or shadows on the backs of the eyelids. Anchoring our attention and our awareness here through our sense of sight. We can allow our attention to float freely throughout our sensory experience, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling this present moment. Anytime we find ourselves lost in thought, we simply come to our senses. Anchoring to this present moment through our sensory experience, one breath at a time. Remaining here as long as we feel compelled, and when ready, gently opening the eyes.